Hello, I'm Janice and I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, today's video is going to be all about Portuguese food and we're going to be focusing on one particular suburb. I personally have never been to Portugal, but the first things that come to mind when I think of Portugal is Portuguese tarts, Cristiano Ronaldo, baked Portuguese chicken rice, which I've come to learn isn't actually served in Portugal. Anyway, Sydney is such an incredible city when it comes to food, and every single time I put in Portuguese food Sydney, this particular suburb always comes up. So the first spot I hit up is a spot called Luna's. It's owned by Jose Silva, who also owns Sweet Bellum, which is an amazing place for Portuguese tarts, but more on them a little bit later. So Jose grew up in Portugal and he's been cooking ever since he was a kid and eventually became head chef at Belem, which is a fine dining restaurant in Sydney that is still on my list of places to visit. That's besides the point. So Luna's is actually named after Jose's daughter.
I wanted to open up like a little Portuguese oasis in Petersham.
They do brekkie, lunch and dinner, and this is what I ended up ordering. All right, I've ordered 3 items, 2 savory, 1 sweet. This is the sandwich of champions. It's got ham, it's got sausage, it's got steak, and then they added like 5 slices of cheese, put it in the oven, and then they've added this beautiful egg on top as well. And then at the very end, they've poured in this sauce that has beer, port, wine, tomato. I was told that sometimes people have it with chips on the side. This is my first bite of this epic, dare I call it, sandwich. You know what? For like a super stacked sandwich, it keeps its shape really well. I think I've got a good bite. Yeah. This bite has bread, it has ham, it has sausage, steak. Okay, this is really good. I think looking at it, it seems super heavy and it's definitely very indulgent, but I wonder if it's because there's that presence of that tomato base sauce that adds a little bit of acidity to cut through the richness of everything else. Now, coming to a Portuguese restaurant, of course, I gotta have sardines. So this bread is house-made cornbread using a traditional recipe by Jose's grandma. Add to it a few plump pieces of sardines and then drizzled with a mix of coriander, parsley, garlic, chili. This brings back a lot of memories because when I was a kid, my mom just didn't have too much time to cook lunch and she would open a can of sardines. It's usually in like a tomato base and then she'd put it on a piece of toast. I could have like multiple sardine sandwiches and not be sick of it. This is like an elevated version of that. So this bread is made with a combination of cornmeal, wheat and rye, and so it is a little bit more dense. And in terms of that first layer that was spread on this toast, it's garlic confit and parsley. This dish is my favorite. Combination of the taste and also the memories. And now ending everything with something sweet, hotcakes with their own twist. It's got cinnamon, apple, raspberry, puff crumbs on top. This is the same custard as what you would expect at Sweet Bellum, 5 minutes walk from here. All right, let's give this a go. This is absolutely delicious. It's soft, it's fluffy. The anglaise at the bottom, creamy, but it's not too sweet. So this has a generous sprinkle of cinnamon on top as well. So the apple actually has a little bit of vinegar in it as well. And in combination with the raspberry, it helps cut through the sweetness. Okay, here's what I would do if I were to come here again. I would order a savory dish for myself, and then I'd convince my friends to order this to share. Or just share everything, because this would be too much if it's just for me. Okay, we are now heading about 5 minutes walk away to Sweet Belem. One thing on my mind right now is their delicious Portuguese tarts. I've had it before and I cannot wait to have it again. Okay, I came here for the Portuguese tarts. I stayed here for a lot more, but the thing that I'm most excited to try is, of course, the Portuguese tarts. It's got puff pastry on the outside, got custard inside, and then we saw them sprinkle some cinnamon at the very end as like a finishing touch. These tarts are so good. That exterior is so crispy and flaky. because it has egg, it has sugar, it has vanilla bean, a little bit of lemon zest. I couldn't resist getting this one. This is a passion fruit soft drink called Sumol. This reminds me of, okay, I have an image in my head, but I can't remember the name. This reminds me of this. Okay, this is the donut, and it's got egg jam on the inside, and essentially egg yolk mixed with sugar. The egg jam, it's actually not too sweet, and it's not too eggy either. If I were to just eat it as is, I don't know if I would know that it's just egg yolk and sugar. Then again, my palate is not the most distinguished, so maybe that's why. But you know what I do love about the donut, even though I'm not a huge sweet person, is that it's so fluffy. I appreciate how soft and airy it is on the inside. And of everything I've had today, hands down, the Portuguese tarts, they were elite. All right, I have just arrived at Silvas restaurant here in Petersham, and I have decided to order a few things that's kind of been on my mind since I started researching this video. Of course, I have to try Portuguese chicken. I feel like this video wouldn't be complete if I didn't at least give that a go. And I've also got salted dried cod. So I've just put my order in, and we've actually got bread, like complimentary bread. I've looked at some of the other tables and what they've ordered. It looks absolutely amazing. They've got like pots of mussels, they've got garlic prawn. But yeah, right now it's just the waiting game. I just gotta wait for the food to arrive. So my Portuguese chicken has just arrived. I've just got a quarter. It comes with chips, and I've also got two sauces, a chili one and also a garlic one. This chicken is very juicy. There's like a smoky flavor in the skin, but inside it's still very moist, very tender, and has a nice firmness to it. Great chips too. I've noticed a lot of dishes actually come with chips, even the previous restaurant that I've been to. In terms of that epic sandwich, I was told that usually you would have chips on the side as well. As with any sauce, let's just like taste it first before we add it to the chicken. Ooh, garlicky, a little bit tangy. I feel like they've added some lemon juice in it as well. This peri-peri sauce was a star in its own right. Ooh, oh my goodness. It's got that fiery heat from the chili, but then it's kind of balanced out with like garlic, lemon, salt, paprika. It's chili, it's a little bit sweet. If I could buy that, I would. Chicken with the garlic and chili sauce. I love it. So what I've got here is the rissoles, and it's described as a Portuguese empanada. It's got a breadcrumb exterior, and it's actually got a piece of whole prawns on the inside. You can choose between prawns, fish, beef, and chicken, I think. So it's got a super crispy exterior. It's got like a creamy sauce on the inside as well. Great as an appetizer, but if you need it as a standalone snack, absolutely, that'd be great too.
We're making a good review. I want you to subscribe this.
It's delicious. I love it.
Yeah, it's good, all right. Yeah, we come here all the time, but yeah.
Oh, no way. Yeah. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Ho.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Try the garlic prawns.
The garlic prawns.
The best.
The best?
No, we're better.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I will, because you said that, I'm going to order that now. With a recommendation like this, of course I have to order it, so. It smells garlicky, it smells buttery. Okay, these prawns are really good. Creamy from the butter. You've got a lot of different herbs in there. You've got so much garlic in there. And then like citrusy from the lemon juice. And the prawns itself, of course, super fresh. Slight chili kick. Oh my goodness. To the guys who recommended that I order this, thank you so much if you're watching this. I really appreciate the recommendation. And if you guys come here as well, yeah, please order this as well. All right, this next thing is something that I've never had before. This is my first time trying it, and it is the salted dry cod. It comes with, on the menu it says chips. I thought it'd be like fries, but it's kind of like this. It's like potato chips. This is pretty intense. Let me just have a think about how to go about it. Actually, I'm gonna ask how to eat it. Sorry, quick question. Do I just like, how do I eat this? Do I just... Just knife and fork going straight in. Okay, cool, thank you. So the salted dry cod, I believe, came about during the 15th century, the era of exploration where Portuguese sailors, as they go on their expeditions and long voyages, needed a way to preserve food for weeks at a time when they were out at sea. Anyway, the moment I cut into this fish, you can just smell the saltiness. So this has got a bit of a tang and this deep saltiness. So it's not just like, you know, when you sprinkle salt on food, it's immersed in the flesh of this fish. All right, I've got another bite with some tomato. Ooh, you've got all the different textures, right? You've got the crunch from the potato chips. You've got the flaky firmness of the fish. You've got saltiness in that fish, the freshness from the tomato sauce, and a little bit of sweetness as well. It's intense, but it's a little bit addictive. I would recommend, like, if you're here with friends, get the garlic prawns for sure. Try the fish. I think it's important to give that a go. Get a couple different results with different fillings, and you'll be having a great time. So a friend of mine who actually runs a blog called Not Quite Nigella told me about this next spot that I'm about to visit. They sell chocolates, like delicious chocolates, and I'm actually needing to buy a few boxes of chocolates as gifts. So I thought this would be the perfect time. I'm gonna go to this place and see what they have on offer. So the place I'm talking about is One More Chocolate. They make small batch artisan chocolates and you get hit with this warm chocolatey scent the moment you walk in. The owner, Chef João, spent 20 years in Portugal as a pastry chef, and his creations are a combination of his Portuguese background and Australian ingredients. The raspberry and vanilla is so good. And it's not too sweet. And then this one is wild strawberry, passion fruit, and yuzu. Oh, I can taste the yuzu.
Yeah.
So they actually have different gift box options that you can choose from, and I ended up just getting a set of 9 and then choosing all the chocolates that I liked. The chocolates were absolutely amazing. I don't have a huge, like, sweet tooth, but the 2 chocolates that I tried, so good, not too sweet. If you're ever in the area, absolutely you have to give that place a visit and either like try some, get some hot chocolates, or I think it's a great place to get gifts as well. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me a couple visits to Petersham to actually film it because I wanted to like get as much like food, like show as much food options for you guys as possible. So I made a couple trips here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But yes, I really do appreciate it a lot. So thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in my next video very shortly. Bye. Okay, these prawns are so good, but I can't figure out exactly what is in there. Like, I wonder if there's some sort of preserved lemon in there as well, because there is a level of acidity, but it's not just like fresh lemon juice acidity, if that makes sense. And I was trying it again, and I was like, is there celery? I don't know exactly what they've added to it, but these garlic prawns, absolutely, they're a highlight for me.